Hello and welcome everybody, or whoever is watching. um, this is obviously something a little bit different for my channel. It's not coin related in the slightest. What it is, this is just going to be me having a little bit of fun going through the Euro 2021/2020, whatever you want to call it, that kicks off this Friday and runs for approximately a month. So I've gone through this morning, had a look at the matches, and I've got a prediction. I've gone through, predicted all of the teams, and come up with my eventual winners of each group, winners of individual knockout matches, and then on to winners of the actual tournament. So if anybody else wants to get involved in this, I have a copy of the prediction simulator that I've used. If anybody wants it, I think it's on an Excel package. If anybody would like it, just if I've got your email, just drop a comment in the comments down below. Likewise, if you want it and I haven't got your email, my contact details are always on the bottom of my videos or in the description of my videos. You can contact me via that and I'll send you a copy of it. So before I move on to the actual individual matches and the predictions, I thought we'll have a little bit of fun. If anybody wants to get involved in this, what I thought I'd do is we'll award you, I don't want to do it too complicated and confuse things, so the only way I'm going to do it is award you points based on semi-finals and the finals. So go through and make your predictions like you would normally, but you'll see mine in a minute. I'm sure people are going to disagree with them, but that's all part of football, isn't it? So go through and make your predictions as normal. It automatically updates it, so you don't have to sit there and work out, oh hang on, they've got to see, you know, it's all automatic. So that's really simple and easy to do. So let's say we award you 1 point for each semi-final. So if you predict the 4 teams that make the semi-finals, you get 4 points. For the final, we'll do it 5 points for the 2 finalists, and the eventual winner, we'll do that as 10 points. So just summarise again, you get 1 point for each semi-finalist that you've predicted. You get, did I say 5? Yeah, sorry, 5 points for the finalist, so maximum of 10, and then 10 points for predicting the winner. If you just want to get involved and have a bit of fun, and what I thought I'd do is, those of you that do get involved, leave the comments down below, and what I'll do, obviously no later than Friday, make it fair to everybody, and anybody that beats my predictions will then go into a hat to, I'll draw you out of a hat to win a cool prize or something. I don't know what it'll be yet, but that's what we'll do. So without further ado, with me boring you, the first thing I want to have a look at is the Golden Boot winner. This is just having a look at the odds on Sky Vegas, Sky Bet. It surprises me they've actually got Harry Kane as favourite. Lukaku is second, Mbappe is third, Ronaldo fourth. I'm just seeing if anything really jumps out at me here. What you want, ideally, because with Sky Bet, they're doing an offer that if you place a £10 bet on the tournament's leading goal scorer, every time they score, they'll award you a £3 free cash bet. So you want to pick somebody who ideally is going to score more than 4. Just having a look at this, I would probably be opting for somebody like possibly Romelu Lukaku, possibly. Mbappe, I'm not too sure about. I think I'd probably take Benzema over Mbappe if I'm honest. And just because being a Spurs fan, I would probably have a punt at Harry Kane. But you never know. So there you go, that's just that. And now let's have a look at the actual predictions that I have made. I'm sure this is going to cause some disagreements, shall we say. So here you go. As I say, it's quite an interesting one, I think, on here. I'm sure I'm going to get slaughtered in parts here. So I'm just going to start and have a little chat about each individual group and why I have made the predictions that you can see on your screen. Now, obviously, Group A, I've gone with Italy to qualify over Switzerland, with Turkey in third and Wales in fourth. I think Italy are a side that have kind of sneaked under the radar a little bit. I don't think there's too many people talking about Italy at the moment, but I think they're a very well thought of group. I think, you know, they're a stable, hard group, you know, and I think that they're going to comfortably take over first place in that group, with Switzerland coming in at second. I think Switzerland are a very well organised team. You know, it's drilled into them what they're going to do, how they do it. And then with Turkey and Wales filling up the last 2 spots, Wales losing out on goal difference. Now, the reason I've gone with that is purely and simply, I think Wales are far too reliant on Gareth Bale, and he's been very hot and cold the last 6 months. You've got Aaron Ramsey and Joe Allen in the heart of their midfield, who are both 2 players that I think there's big doubts and question marks over their fitness and how they're going to perform. So I think, you know, there's just too many factors for Wales where they're reliant on, sort of, if you like, all the stars aligning, and I just don't see it happening myself. Group D, I've gone with, no surprise, Belgium as winners, Denmark second, Russia third, Finland in fourth. I think it speaks for itself. I'm not sure if they still are. Belgium have been kind of world number ones for a few years. Again, there's somebody that I would consider that have got a very solid group. Although I think for a lot of the players, this is possibly going to be the last big tournament they feature in. You've got the likes of Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld in the centre of the defence, who are both knocking on a little bit now. So I think for Belgium it's probably a step too soon. Sorry, I think it's probably a sort of final step for them, for a few of their players. Denmark over Russia and Finland in last place. Denmark are a side, again, I think are very well drilled. Everybody knows their role in the team. That's why I've gone with them over Russia or Finland. Russia had a good was it World Cup, but it was on home soil, and I don't think they're going to be tearing up any sort of record books or anything in this. I've gone with Netherlands over North Macedonia, then Austria and Ukraine. Now, North Macedonia are actually my kind of outside teams to keep an eye on, if you like. They're another one that I think are very well drilled, have a set way of playing. They've got a good manager that seems to get the best out of them, and I think that Macedonia could well be the team to keep an eye on. No surprises going with Netherlands in first place, and then Austria and Ukraine popping up the bottom of the table. It might surprise some people, but I thought Austria have performed well in their build-up to this tournament. I don't know much about Ukraine, if I'm honest. I haven't seen a great deal of them. Okay, then England's group. You'll see I've got England topping Croatia, with Scotland in third and the Czech Republic in fourth, although it is only goal difference separating the Czechs and Scotland. So I've picked England to top the group. A lot obviously depends on team selection. I personally, I would have sent both Henderson and Harry Maguire home if they're not going to be fit for the opening game, which Henderson's got his doubts about, and it looks like Maguire could be out for all of the group games. You know, to me, forget it. Just get somebody else, and I'm glad to see Ben White's come in. I hope he gets a good run in the team, possibly himself and John Stones in the central areas. Croatia, very much like Belgium for me. I think, you know, with some of their players, don't get me wrong, fantastic players on their day. I just don't think they're going to be as dynamic as they have been in previous tournaments. Age is going to play a big factor on them. Obviously the weather. I think Croatia are going to be a team that try to sit back and hit teams on the counter rather quickly, whereas I hope to see sort of England. I'm hoping to see the likes of Foden, Grealish, players, you know, starting and playing on the front foot, because I feel that this tournament is very, very open, and I think, you know, a team that goes out from the first game, plays open, expansive football, I think they're really in with a shout. Now, this is the group that caused me the most, and I can imagine people looking at it and seeing I've got Sweden topping it, Poland second, Slovakia in third, and Spain as bottom. Spain, where do we start? Okay, some fantastic players. could also argue some fantastic players, experienced players that have been left out. A good manager, won an awful lot at Barcelona, but then I could win at Barcelona as manager, you know. I think Spain are on the decline as a national team. Sort of 8 years ago, they were a fantastic team to watch. I just think that they're going to seriously struggle in this tournament. Again, it's just my personal opinion, and I'm happy to hold my hands up when I'm proven wrong and they go and win all their games. But yeah, I just think that this one they're going to really struggle. And then I think for the other 3 teams in there, I think you could just throw a blanket over them. Poland are obviously quite a good side, but for me Lewandowski doesn't really do too much outside of the Bundesliga, which is a bit controversial, I know, but I feel with Lewandowski he probably owes Poland a good tournament. And then, as I say, with the other 2, it's just it could be anybody's, couldn't it? On to Group F. France first, Portugal second, Germany in third, which may surprise some, and Hungary bringing up the bottom of the table. So that means that basically France are my tip for the entire tournament. I think they're a fantastic side. Solid goalkeeper, defence is solid. Midfield, they're overladen with superstars in the midfield, and then the same up top. Griezmann, Mbappe, Benzema, an absolute plethora of riches going forward. So I think France, for me, are the team to beat. I think they're going to be incredibly strong, and I think if anybody beats them, it will probably end up they're the winners of the tournament. I've got Portugal in second over Germany. Portugal, I actually think that this is a better Portuguese side than the one that reached the last Euros? Or was it a World Cup final? Whatever the last final was. I think this Portuguese are a better side than that. I don't think they're as heavily reliant on Ronaldo as Portuguese teams in the past. And again, I think they're well organised. A good side, but I think France have just got that little bit more going for them. Germany in third. I think Germany are a side that are very overrated. I think it's going to be very hit and miss with Germany. They've got a lot of very good individual players. It's whether those individual players can actually combine and make it as a team. We can see Timo Werner, a lot is going to be put on his shoulders, and I think he's lacking in serious confidence at the moment after a very difficult first season with Chelsea. So I think for me, Germany are just going to find this one a little bit too much. Obviously you've got Joachim Löw, this is his last tournament as well, so he's going to be moving on. So that's just my opinion. And then moving on to the sorry, I'm on the wrong bit there. Moving on to the knockout stages. I've got Switzerland losing 2-1 to Denmark. I've got Italy just shading North Macedonia. I wouldn't be surprised if that one went all the way to extra time. there. I've got Netherlands comfortably beating Slovakia, Belgium comfortably defeating Germany, Poland just edging Croatia, France beating Russia, England just slightly edging Portugal. I think the home advantage, I know this particular one would be in Dublin, but I just feel for me, England playing all of their matches either at Wembley or Dublin, I think is going to have a massive, massive advantage. We generally do see this with tournaments, you know, the home team do have a massive advantage. And it's just for that reason I've gone with England just slightly edging Portugal. Then I've got Austria comfortably defeating Sweden. Moving on to the quarterfinals, France beating Poland, Belgium losing to Italy. As much as I hyped up Belgium, for me, France are miles ahead of anybody in this, and then it's Italy would probably take the second spot for me, prediction-wise. So obviously that's why I've gone with them. Netherlands just edging past Denmark, and then England comfortably defeating Austria. Going on to the semis, France defeating Italy, and England defeating the Netherlands, which obviously puts it into a England-France final. And unfortunately, I'm scared and sorry to say, I believe that France will prevail and comfortably win that. So that's my Euro 2020's predictions. As I say, I'm fully aware that people are going to disagree massively, but then that's what it's about, isn't it? It's all about predictions and having a bit of fun and seeing where we go. So just to recap, anybody that wants to get involved and have a bit of fun with this and challenge me, go ahead, do a similar thing to this. If you want this copy of this, drop me a message and I'll email it to you. Go through, fill it all out. Then in the comments on here, leave your semi-final 4 teams, your 2 teams for the final, and your eventual winners. You get 1 point for a semi-final team. You get 2 points. No, we didn't. We said 5. You get 1 point. 1 point for a semi-final team. You get 2 points for a semi-final and 5 points for a win. So I'll put that in the description. 1, 2 and 5. And if anybody leaves that down below and beats me, I'll put the names into a hat and I'll draw somebody out at random, and you'll have a chance to win some cool prizes. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this and my predictions, and we'll always have a look at this at the end of the tournament and see how massively I got this from. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you soon.